What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV back again. And tonight is a match preview show between Man U and Newcastle United at Old Trafford. It's a game we must win to keep our European hopes alive. And as for United, they need to win both games and hoping that the results goes their way. I've got James. Hi to you, James.
Hi, John. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Just
Good,
just
good.
got back in, traffic, gym, etc., etc. But
Yeah.
I'm here now, so which is all good.
Well, it's
So
good. It's good to see you. Anyway.
thank you
Yeah,
very much. Thank you, man.
yeah,
First time here. And
absolutely. Yep.
so, guys, like the video, like what you watch. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. So there's the link to it as well to become a member. It is 99p. Just click on the join button. If there's a join button somewhere, I'm gonna have to speak to a few, say, to get those joined back as well. Hi to Lorraine, hi to you, and that's great news. Got your dogs in. Big up to Lorraine and Philip. The main thing is you're home safe. Thank you very much indeed for that. Big up to Ian as well. Hi, James. Straight away, hope you're well, mate. What do you think of Rooney and Souness saying United players are pretending to be injured? You're going to come on to that as well. Let's start with that question, James. I'm not being funny, right? But I listened to TalkSport this morning. Grahamson has come out and said that the players, right, are pretending to be injured, but they don't want to play, so they want to play until the final. Is there any truth to this at all? Because if it is, I think it's absolutely disgusting.
I mean, I can't say that I've heard that from anyone else because I follow some pretty credible United sources, and I've not heard this from anyone else. I'd like to think that's not true, but as we know, the United dressing room is poisonous. There's, all is not well behind the scenes, and I think some of the injuries definitely are genuine. Like, for example, let's take Lisandro Martinez. Like, I can't imagine for 1 minute that he would, let's say, cry off a United game. Same with Bruno Fernandes as well. Like, particularly those two. Obviously, they are mainstays of the team. So I'd like to think that there's no truth in that, but I guess, we'll never really know. And also, Graham Souness, I think he's never really positive about United. He does have a bit in his bonnet, so whether that's just him trying to stir the pot. As for Rooney, well, maybe he's heard something, but say from my side, I've not heard anything, so I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, so I mean, what it is, right? I mean, it's just no one don't know what's going on, and to do what it is, right? I mean, if that is true, right? I'm not saying it is or not, but if that is true, they're picking their games. They don't want to play in games. You know what?
Well,
that's just disgraceful because the end of the day.
Well, in that case, then if that is true, then sell them.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Because putting on the Manchester United shirt, it should be, well, it's an honour, isn't it? I think for any player, well, maybe not now, but would have wanted to maybe a few years ago. So if there are players out there not pulling their weight, crying off, who don't want to play, then as far as I'm concerned, they can go. I don't care how good you are. If you don't want to be here, go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure I'm sure you would say the same. Like if there are any Newcastle players that ever did that as well.
I tell you what, though, if any hot players are like that at my club, they pick their games, they don't want to play the games. I tell you what, they can all get in the bin because I tell you what, I want my club to do really well. I want my club to be successful. Same. And you know what? Don't matter who you are, if you're not happy playing for Newcastle, right? Then all you need to do, put a transfer request in, off you go. Simple.
I think maybe like perhaps if a player is say 70% fit, he doesn't. So like Martinez is back in training, and like he probably could play one of these last couple of games, but maybe he doesn't want to risk something before the final. So I think that's slightly different. Like that's not wanting to play. That's just like managing your body and sort of being in the best shape you can for a big game. I think that's slightly different than a player not wanting to play.
Yeah, I kind of agree, man. That ain't good. Let's go into the league table and United are 8th at the minute, right?
Yeah.
And you've lost 9 home games this season, I quite believe, and that ain't good for a club and the structure like Man United. And I think that's really poor.
And 19 games in all competitions, I think.
Yeah, that ain't good.
No,
is, right? You're a big club, right? You look at the money you spent, right? You can spend like big on Hoyland, which I think is going to come good, 72 mil. Then you got
100%, yeah.
Anthony, you spent 85 mil on this guy. Then
Yeah.
Casemiro, right? I think Real Madrid played an absolute blinder. Yeah, by selling
Yeah,
him.
I mean, to be fair, I think Casemiro was good last season. I think he was probably one of the best players in the Premier League last season. You know, he came in, he was this, this transformative presence, this totemic figure, sort of, who was meant to sort of end United's midfield woes. And I think that did happen last season. But this season, I just don't know what's going on. Is he injured? I've heard rumours that a big club in Saudi Arabia is coming for him and he's got that on his mind. Has he fallen foul of Ten Hag? I just don't know. But for whatever he is, I think, no United players cover themselves in glory, but I think for me, he's the most notable one. I think he's completely fallen off.
Yeah, I kind of agree, man. That is crazy, man. I mean, waste of money. Spent 1.6 billion on wasting all that money. James,
yeah, I mean, and he's 31, 32, and we gave him a 5-year contract. So yeah, it's again, like another example of this club's poor recruitment, I think.
Yeah, waste of money. Guys, got any questions, right? In the chat, yeah, far away, yeah. And also, if you're on X as well, I'm sure you listen to me channel on the X platforms, then please leave a comment in the YouTube channel and leave a comment at anything you want to ask questions for James. You're always welcome to. James, where do you think you'll finish at the end of the season for Malin?
I don't think we'll win another game. Obviously we got you guys at home on Wednesday and then Brighton away on the last day, which we've only ever won there once, and that was during COVID with no fans when Fernandes scammed a 110th minute penalty or something like that. So yeah, we often struggle down in Brighton. So yeah, I genuinely don't think we'll win another game. So yeah, I reckon we're 8th now. So yeah, I reckon probably about where we are now, maybe even 9th. Or maybe even lower than that, to be honest. Yeah. I think the players are already on the beach.
Yeah, wearing flip flops and having a fat cigar as well, so they probably wouldn't
absolutely 100%.
So right, so there you go. So big up to Mama in the chat. Mama, hi to you, love. I hope you're well and hope you had a good weekend. One of my mods as well, and she does a fantastic job. Thank you very much indeed for that. Show us some love as always. And let's go on to the injured players you've got. I mean, you've got lots of players out. Maguire's out. You've got Shaw out. You've got Rashford, Bruno Fernandes out as well. That's
Varane
out.
Martinez, he's back in
out as well.
He's back in training now, which is good. So hopefully he'll be back for the FA Cup final.
Yeah,
that's the hope. That's the hope for him
as well.
Yeah.
So
we've broken the unbreakable, haven't we? I mean, when Bruno Fernandes gets injured, that's when you've got an injury crisis.
Exactly.
When he gets injured, that's when it's bad. So
yeah.
I mean, we've had so many injuries, and I do think, to be fair to Ten Hag, like that is, I think any manager at any club would struggle with the sheer weight of numbers missing. It doesn't excuse some of the performances, but I think it does explain, obviously not having a cohesive team. I think it does explain the lack of cohesion in the system. It does explain why we are where we are and why we've been so bad. Because I think he gave an interview about a month ago saying he's only had his preferred 11 at United once all the time he's been here. So yeah, I do think injury. I mean, not using it as an excuse. Lots of clubs have had injuries. I know obviously your boys, Newcastle, you've had a lot of injuries, Liverpool as well, Brighton. So, a lot of teams have had injuries. But yeah, ours has just been next level. 62 injuries we've had this season.
Yeah, facts. And the thing is as well, I mean, that ain't good. I totally agree with you say there. So you look at the team, right? You got like the United team you got there. It's like a C team. I look at that team. That's a C team.
Yeah, I mean, with everyone fit, probably, I mean, Onana would probably normally start. Højlund, Mainu, Garnacho, and yeah, I mean, Casemiro and Evans at centre back, and Amrabat has had to come in from the cold. He's hardly ever played. Ahmad, another one coming from the cold, hardly ever played. A bench full of 17 and 18-year-old kids. So, when it goes wrong, got nothing to turn to. It's the lack of strength and depth, I think, is really showing. Actually, to be fair, ironically, we played obviously Amrabat and Mainu in midfield against Arsenal, and we're actually probably the most compact, the most solid that we've looked for a while. So I actually think maybe Ten Hag stumbled upon something there. But it's just been decimated by injuries. And like you say, it's probably with everyone fit, not many of those players get anywhere near what I would call our first 11.
Yeah, true. Let's go on the comments as well. Manuel in deep waters, no pun intended, but regardless of our opinions, I do feel for the supporters, as we all know, how long we as team fans have suffered. Tread carefully. Well said, Lorraine. I kind of agree there with you. James, you pay high wages on your players. Surely United could pay 20 mil for Dan Ashworth. Surely. What's going on there? Well,
I mean, that is a large fee, isn't it, for a what is he, a chief executive, isn't he? So that I've never heard of a club having to pay 20 million for a chief executive before. I think that will happen. I mean, because he's still under contract at Newcastle, isn't he? But he's on gardening leave, and I think that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure what the hold up is. Like, I've heard that they're not quite happy with the terms. I think they're still negotiating. But yeah, I do think that he will come into Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Dave Brailsford's new boardroom structure at some point, hopefully in time for next season. I'm not sure exactly what the whole Newcastle side of things is, but yeah, I think that will be done. But it is a lot of money for someone in the boardroom.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you don't want to pay the money, then he goes and stays on gardening leave. That's it. Simple as that.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's it. Because we're not going to budge.
Maybe Newcastle are sort of playing hardball, but then you don't blame them. They obviously want what they think their man is worth, and it's like I guess it's the same as negotiating for a player, isn't it? Really, you've got to pay the money to get what you want.
Facts, absolute facts. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the way you treated Jesse Lingard, right? I mean, you wanted Jesse Lingard a year ago, and what happened was, I mean, they wouldn't sell him to us. But to be fair, we dodged a bullet on that one in the end. Big up to Del Boy Gunner, by the way. Big up to you, Del, a big Arsenal fan. Well done to you yesterday, my guy. You did. I mean, it wasn't a great game. You got a job done, but I thought that game that was so bad for the Premier League. I think that was a bad advertisement for English football. I'm telling you, for over the world, for me, in my opinion. But for me, best league in the world, and I've always said that is not the best league in the world. I've said that. I will continue to say that. Yeah, man, you went down there. I know what you mean, Amy, but thank you for that. You gotta love Amy. I mean, Amy's lovely. Dig out to everyone. John, you're going. You're aging backwards. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think you mean getting a bit younger. Amy, love you lots, and she's amazing. Hi to Alan again. Everyone else in chat. Big up to Win. Hope you're well, mate. He's got his own makeup artist these days. Wow. I love it, man. Thank you. I think you may pull it out of the bag, and it's not like me being negative, but we all know what happens to the team when an important match takes place. So, let's be real, right? I mean, I respect you, and I think you're amazing. But this United team, it's the worst United team. It's the worst I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we're playing United on a Wednesday. It's just a C team, not the A team. It's the C team. Sorry about that, James, but I'm being honest there. Oh, it's gone posh on us, Mara. Oh, bless her. And Surt having the roof for Arsenal. And I tell you what, that needs to be sorted out. Big up. And let's go on to, Joe, that game was awful yesterday. Absolutely, man. And James, remember Jesse Lingard?
I do, yeah. He's playing in South Korea now, isn't he? Yeah. He had a good game in him every now and then, but again, another player, I think, came through the academy, did all right for a season, but I think, had to be one of those players that left and did. So went to West Ham, did all right, and gone to South Korea now, so good luck to him out there.
Yeah, facts. I don't want him. I'll be honest with you. All the fans are saying, go and get him. Didn't want him in the first place. I did not want that guy at my club because I said it'll be problems. He'll demand a high wage. That's exactly what happened. We went on Nottingham Forest, right? And he didn't really care. So
I think again he had quite a big ego as well, didn't he? Or it always seemed that way anyway.
no, that's fair enough. Fair enough. And that's the thing. But you moved on from Jesse, so away we go. And let's go on to Ten Hag. Yes, he's under huge pressure. I'm not going to lie. But the fact of the matter is, right, I mean, look, if he gets sacked, who is going to come in and take his place? They're talking about Gareth Southgate, Graham Potter. I mean, the thing is, right, they're not going to improve Man United. They're not. They may as well keep on to Ten Hag because the thing is, I don't think the manager's a problem. The players are the problem. I look at your performances, like Marcus Rashford, awful. Bruno, against big teams, doesn't show up, yeah? Maguire, yeah, he's okay, I guess. I'm not going to lie, but slightly better, but not world class. Luke Shaw, injured. Varane, injured. Casemiro's gone backwards for you, you know what I mean? Up front, Højlund, I feel sorry for the kids because you know why? Because I just think he's thrown at the deep end for me, but he's a good player. But also, that Garnacho, I want to talk about Garnacho. I mean, I want people in the chat to give this guy a rating out of 10 because I ain't sure about this guy. What do you think of Garnacho, James?
I do rate him. Obviously he's I think he's one of the bright spots under Ten Hag, really, isn't he? And again, I think that is something you can give Ten Hag credit for. Use of the academy players. Obviously you got Garnacho, you got Mainu, you got Cambola. I think. Yeah, the one criticism I've got of Garnacho is he is very selfish, and what you said about Højlund there, I 100% agree with. I definitely think there's a player in there, but he just gets no service. I saw a stat earlier. I think in the last 6 games, the team have created 5 chances for him, whereas in the Man City game against Wolves, they created 6 chances for Haaland and he scored 4 of them. I mean, that just says it all, right? There's definitely a player in there, but he's in the graveyard shift up front on his own, and he's a 21-year-old kid, learning his trade in the Premier League at arguably the biggest club in the country. And I think, he's under a lot of pressure. And, there's definitely a player in there, but he's been hung out to dry, as you said.
This is the thing, right? I mean, look, if I give myself out of 10 for Garnacho, I'm not going to lie. I'll probably give him, at the minute, for what I've seen of him, the ability, his attitude, wrap it all in, I'll give him a 6. And he's looking to be getting that look. I'm not slating the kid, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have it at Newcastle United. I mean, I'll be disappointed if Eddie Howe try and get this guy to St. James's Park. I'll not have him at all whatsoever. But the thing is, right, I mean, like I said, he's got potential, but, he's got a long way to go. But that Kobe Mainu, I think it'd be really good. Kobe Mainu. I like him. I do like him.
100%. But I think we're getting to the stage now, and I was saying this to someone else the other day, that even the better players in our team, like the Mainu, like the Fernandes, like the Garnachos, are getting dragged down to the level of those not pulling their weight. So the poor players are making the better players poor, if that makes sense. Like they're dragged, and I think perhaps Garnacho's a victim of that. I also think it may be I think since Luke Shaw's got injured, he's dropped off. So whether it was that combination down the left of Shaw and Garnacho, he's been, obviously, he's out on the right-hand side now as well. So he's got Delo behind him. But, I think possibly there's something in maybe who's behind him, the connection, the link's not quite there. Whether that's part of it. But, he is selfish. He needs to improve his end product. But he is, he's still a kid. So, I'm not going to criticise him too much. I don't have a problem with his attitude. I think he does work hard. I think, he's positive. And I think against Arsenal yesterday, he looked one of the better players. But again, just the selfishness. I think there was one moment where, Højlund was unmarked and all he had to do was square it, and Højlund probably had it happen, and he just went for goal and put it into the side netting. So, he's too selfish for my liking, but that could be developed.
Yeah, facts. Absolutely. Rashford's done more minutes than on the lash and on the pitch. Lorraine, facts. Steve Bruce would do a good job for United. Steve Bruce? Legend. He's a legend. Legend at United. He's a legend. You know, but you never know. He can come in and he can do a fantastic job. But I've got Man U fans and they'll not be happy at all. But big up to United fans watching this channel as well. Big up to you. There doesn't seem to be any leaders or robots on that pitch for Man U. I totally agree, Lorraine. And big up to Yamin. I hope you're well, mate. Yamin, I believe you're new to the channel. If you hit that subscribe button, mate, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for that. I'll be doing my match day vlogs on Wednesday. I'll be at Old Trafford as well. And so happy Trippier is back. It's great to see. Amy, he needs to start on Wednesday. And I'll give Livermento a rest as well. But going back, we're going to touch on there. Like I said, back to Hag again, right? I mean, look, I like Ten Hag. Don't get us wrong. But my opinion is, right, I think you're always going to get rid of him. I really do. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. Because if they do, then there's not many managers out there. Only Southgate, I mentioned Potter maybe. You can forget about Zinedine Zidane. He'll not come to England at all. He'll not come to England, Man United. I don't think he will. But I can't think of anyone else as well. The only manager I think you tempt away is I think he'd do well for you, and it's going to be hard to get, is Simone Inzaghi. That'll be your manager. If you can get him from Inter Milan, that will make a huge difference.
Oh, John, I don't think I've ever been more conflicted or confused on a United manager in my life. I mean, where do we even start? I mean, people that want Ten Hag out, I agree. But then people that want him in, I agree with what you're saying. Like, say, sack the manager and expect it to get better. You know, we saw this with Moyes. We saw this with managers come in and not improve things. And part of me thinks give Ten Hag another year, a full season under the new structure that Ineos have put in, because he's on a 3-year contract anyway.
Yeah.
Just give him another season under this new ownership. And like you say, who are we going to get in? I mean, I'm seeing a different manager every day. You know, Thomas Tuchel, but I think in many ways he's too similar to Mourinho. You know, he's fiery, he falls out with players. I think he's divisive. Gareth Southgate, 100% absolutely not. No. I like the Ipswich manager, Kieran McKenna, but is it a bit too early for him? He was at United, obviously, under Solskjaer. Maybe in the future, possibly, we could get him in. I just don't think, and that's one of the arguments for keeping him, isn't it? And I think as well, you can't just sack Ten Hag and then keep these players. If you're sacking the manager, you've got to get rid of the majority of this squad as well.
Yeah, exactly. I seen in Newcastle yesterday, Yamin. I recognise your face now, and big up to you, Yamin. Hope you're well. Let's hope we see each other again next season, mate. And I shall be going to the match. I shall also be at the Wonderbar pub as well after matches on a Saturday afternoon. So you can always catch us in there in the Wonderbar in the gate. I shall be there from next season after the game. So Charlene and Catalin and the gang as well. I thank you very much indeed for that. Trips is a must start on Wednesday, and Brentford as well. Win, I 100% agree with you. If not, Steve, what about Big Sam Allardyce? Good choice. Did you see his spray tan? I like it. Rooney.
Definitely not Moyes.
Moyes available, Lampard is available.
They're getting worse, these suggestions, aren't they? Like, I think I'm just being trolled here. But, you know, I like Ten Hag. He was my choice for the job. I loved what he did at Ajax. And last season he did well. You know, he probably overachieved last season. Came in, you know, got us third place, won us the trophy. As sorry about that. You guys will be aware. You know, got to another cup final, and you know, for all his critics, he has got us to 3 domestic cup finals in 2 seasons. That's not easy to do. So, like I say, I'm 50-50 for me. I think there's strong arguments, as I mentioned earlier. I think this crippling injury crisis, I think that's the reason to keep him. But then I've even seen people say that that's down to him as well. He's working the players too hard in training, and they keep breaking down, and that's because of his training methods. So I really am. I'm so 50-50. I'm on the fence. I think there's compelling arguments for, compelling arguments against. It's going to be really interesting to see what Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos do. They seem to want Southgate. I don't know if that's just media talk, but I've seen more than one journalist run with that story now, and I think I would cry if we get Southgate in, to be absolutely honest. I honestly just don't know which way to turn on this. Personally, I would keep him, and then if things haven't improved, keep him. Start putting the feelers out to a few managers, and if it hasn't improved by Christmas, look to change it. But as for who comes in, well, it's a poison chalice, isn't it?
You're telling me, mate. You're telling me that ain't good. That ain't good at all. But again, you have to see what happens on that one. But for me, I still keep him. But
100%.
I look at your form, right? And you conceded a massive 56 goals you conceded this season, yeah? 52 scored, 56 conceded. You get lots of chances for open play. You just can't put them away. That is your problem, yeah? But what you need, I'm not going to say you're going to need a whole, a massive rebuilding job, because I've seen copies like Mark Goldbridge as well, YouTube as well. He gets furious. Saeed, Ransom Bants, Flex. They're not happy at all whatsoever. They're not. And I tell you what, right? I mean, it's not about a real one, but they speak facts as well. But if you look at, the players you got, I mean, I just can't. I don't know what's wrong with your football club, man. I mean, for me, I just think conceding goals is awful. Onana, he's absolutely shocking, man. I mean, Inter Milan played a blinder, 40 mil for this goalkeeper, man. That ain't good enough. And I tell you what, you need a new goalkeeper, mate.
I think Onana, he has improved since Christmas. I mean, the Champions League campaign was just a nightmare. Like, he's not the only reason, but a big part of the reason why we're not in the Champions League is because of him, and he has improved since Christmas. I think he does. Yeah, some of the saves that he made, like he made a couple of really good ones yesterday against Burnley a couple of weeks ago. He made a fantastic save at the death that stopped us from losing. So he has improved, but I think, we signed him. But I actually agreed with the decision to get rid of De Gea, because I thought we needed a more modern sort of sweeper keeper, which he is. But I think, I saw actually Jamie Carragher, and I don't often agree with everything that he says, but he showed a video of when Onana wants to play the ball out, but there's no movement in front of him, like the defence and midfield are static. So Onana just has to boot the ball on, and then of course the opposition just recycle the ball and it comes back at us. So I think, he does try and play out from the back, but again, he's got no options. So I would give him another season. I think, he has improved, and I think the jury's still out on him for me. I think, he has. He's definitely probably gone from sort of a 3 or 4 out of 10 up to around a 6, I would say. So I think he could improve, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. I look at the squad you got. Yeah, you got. I can't think of the team you're going to play out on Wednesday night. I mean, I think Bruno's still out through an injury. Rashford's still out as well. Varane's out, and the ones that play Sunday's not going to play. But for me, from what I'm looking at, it's going to be the same players that you've got playing. I mean, you've got to have Casemiro and Johnny Evans at the back, 30-somethings at the back. Johnny Evans 36, Casemiro's 32. They haven't got legs. They haven't got pace at the back. I could honestly see Isak, and if Wilson play, right, I'll go 4-4-2. I think Isak and Wilson's going to cause those two all sorts of problems. And Anthony Gordon as well. He's going to cause some problems as well.
I think, the young lad, Willie Campoala, he's back in training. I like the look of him, to be fair. When he's played, he came on for the last 15 minutes against Arsenal. You could possibly put him there. I think, he's got a bit of pace. He's good in the tackle, good on the ball. So I think you could bring him back in. As I said earlier, Lisandro Martinez is back in training, but I would keep him out until the final. Maybe sort of give him 10, 15 minutes against Brighton. But I would keep it. I'd wrap him in cotton wool for the final. But I possibly think you could bring Campoala back in alongside Johnny Evans at the back on Wednesday for us.
Very interesting. I mean, the back four is not really. It's not very good. Not strong enough, in my opinion. But I just think it's a fair squad you got at Old Trafford. You really have, man. And if you look at the Newcastle side, I mean, I've got a feeling there's going to be a couple of changes in there. Jordan's going to come in and hopefully replace Sean Longstaff. Trippier's going to hopefully come in to place Livramento, and Harvey Barnes. You know what? I'll play him. I'll play him on the right. I'll play Gordon on the left, and I'll play Isak up top if Edge's going to play 4-4-2. So, are you scared, or are you liking the Newcastle lineup?
Yeah, there's some good. There's some very good players in that Newcastle team. I like Isak. I think he's really hit form for you, isn't he? Callum Wilson, I do like. Gordon, not sure about him. I like Bruno Guimaraes. I like him. I think the defence is a bit vulnerable. Like, there's no one in defence that I'm really scared of. So, but as I said earlier, Hoyland gets no service. I think if we can get him service, I think there's definitely goals in it for us. But it's at the other end, we lead too many, don't we? So
yeah, that's the thing. We've got on a back four. We got no Fabian Schär. He could be out injured. Botman's out for 9 months. So is Lascelles, both ACLs, and Lewis Hall at left back. It's going to be really good. I like this kid. I don't know if you watched much of him.
I haven't. No. No, he's a midfielder, isn't he? He's not a left back by trade. Correct me if I'm wrong there. He's playing out of position, so I think that could be an area we could exploit if Ahmad starts for us. I thought he was good against Arsenal yesterday. I thought he's what we've been missing. I thought he was direct, quick, quite powerful. So I think, if we play him on the right, he could possibly get some joy out of Lewis Hall.
Yeah, very cool enough. Cool enough. Let's go on to, I agree, it's the players' attitude that are the problem, Lorraine. Absolutely right.
100%.
Ten Hag needs to take the dressing room control back. I mean, the thing is, right? I mean, I've seen a tweet, right? I mean, Anthony a tweet. I think he either liked the tweet, but apparently they're not. Ten Hag's not very happy with Anthony at all whatsoever regarding the tweet. Now, I didn't see the tweet. I did see it, but I haven't seen it actually. But I heard rumours that he sent a tweet out, or might have liked the tweet, and Ten Hag is absolutely furious.
Yeah, I mean, player power's been a problem at United, to be honest, since Moyes was there, and it's still a problem now. And I think it's difficult because he's tried to discipline the players, but the more he disciplines them, it seems the more they turn on him. Like, they just do not like any form of criticism or discipline. There was the Garnacho one as well, wasn't there? When he was subbed at Bournemouth, Garnacho put something out and had a bit of a spat with Ten Hag, which is resolved. Obviously, we saw the Jadon Sancho one last season. The Anthony one, I think, again, he came on yesterday and apparently he's been moaning. He was moaning in the dressing room that he doesn't like that he had to play at left back. So, again, Anthony, I think he's a bad apple in the dressing room. But then, obviously, Ten Hag had him at Ajax, and was he a problem there? I don't know. So, or was he?
Didn't sound it. So
then, how come he's come to United and now he's apparently one of the bad apples in the dressing room?
I think the club's the management there sort of thing getting absolutely crapped on by the players. You look at Rashford, 350,000 bags a week. Bruno Guimaraes, Bruno Fernandes, 250k a week. Yeah, Casemiro got to be about 300k a week. Must be. Let's be real, right? I mean, that football club, there's some world-class managers. Louis van Gaal, right? Both got sacked. Why? Player power. Yeah. Then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not a big enough name for you to manage Man United. A legend, yeah, but they sacked him. Then it goes to bring in Ten Hag, right? They're on the verge of sacking him, yeah. But whoever comes into the club, right? I'm not gonna lie, it's got to come in. I'll go Lorraine. They got to take the club. They got to take control of the dressing room. Because I tell you now, right? They need to get rid of the bad apples at the football club, right? Get the players who want to play for the football club. Because I tell you something now, Jake. I'm going to be honest with you, right? Newcastle's going to win the title before you do. And I tell you what, this can take years and years and years. Because I'll tell you now, this is the worst United team I have seen since my existence, yeah? Since you got relegated back in 1974-5 season, right? And I'll tell you something now, right? If this carries on, right, then you're just going to be like, you're not going to battle for the top four anytime soon because there's better teams there. You know what I mean? Because the club is an absolute mess. That's not down to Ten Hag, that's down to the players. Rashford jogging. I don't like criticising players, yeah, but Rashford jogging, and I've seen it, and that's shocking. Bruno likes to have a moan every now and again, right? But they need to roll the sleeves up very quickly.
100%. I mean, everyone sort of moans about Bruno Fernandes, his attitude, and yeah, it does annoy me at times. But I think you've seen when he's not there. I mean, we're bad with him, and I often say, imagine how bad we'd be without Bruno Fernandes. You saw what happened at Palace. You saw what happened yesterday. I think that guy is, for all the pelters he gets, he is the little spirit that we've got in that dressing room. I think he's the epitome of that, and I think it goes back to what I was saying, doesn't it? Whoever the next manager is, it's no good sacking Ten Hag and keeping these players. You've got to get rid of, I mean, Casemiro yesterday, I don't know if you saw the Arsenal goal, but I thought we played well. But again, just jogging. He was jogging. He played everyone on side, and he didn't get over quick enough to Trossard, and Trossard's just wandered into space behind him and put the ball in.
That's a poor defending from you. Like, honestly, it's shocking. Nana started off, by the way. Absolutely no chance at all whatsoever. Let's be real, right? I mean, I thought people say it's going to be a 4-5-6-0 hammering. It was never, ever going to be a 4-5-6-0 hammering. I'll show you show a bit of fight. You haven't got the end product. That's the thing. And if you had that end product on the day, if you had the bigger players come back, I think you would have made a fist of it as well. But at the end of the day, right? I mean, I thought that game was poor yesterday. Bad advertisement for the Premier League. And I stand by that.
100%, yeah. I mean, like you said earlier, everyone talks about the best league in the world, but obviously, we're probably going to have 115 win it for the fourth time in a row, and the 3 promoted clubs go back down again. Yep. So it's not the best league in the world, is it? And fair play to Arsenal. Fair play to Arsenal. They did a job. Yeah, I thought it was one of our better performances. I thought we were solid. We had a bit of structure about us. I thought with a little bit of end product, we possibly could have nicked a draw. But yeah, I mean, again, the defending Casemiro, he's not a centre half, is he? But to me, he's got Saudi Arabia on his mind. He needs to go. He needs to go. His legs have gone, and his mind as well.
Yeah, that. Big up to Jack English, by the way. Hi to you, Jack. Hope you're well, mate. Good show, John. Thank you very much indeed for that. If Newcastle performed, they'd turn United over very easily. Newcastle and winning the Premier League in the same sentence. Big up, Jamie, making his YouTube debut. Big up to Jack. Thanks so much indeed for that. Kind words from Jack. And yeah, show Jackson love, people. He seems a great guy. He really, really do. Big up to Amy as well. Confident we will win. Absolutely. And again, I'll be at Old Trafford as well. And if you like the video, like what you watch, like and subscribe, people. And do follow Jake W. Stevens 91. So yeah, so I've got so many people watching on X. I hope X transfer all that to YouTube, and that'll be a fantastic help, man. Yeah, so let's go on to Eddie Howe. I mean, I think he's done a magnificent job again this season. And again, he had a lot of injuries going in, and we just got on with it. We're 6th in the league. What a turnaround! How good a job has Eddie Howe's done?
Yeah, 100%. He's done a really good job. And, I think there were a few whispers and rumours earlier in the season, weren't there, when Newcastle had their little dip, that they were looking at making a change. But, yeah, I rate Eddie Howe highly. I mean, look at the job he did at Bournemouth. He came, he took them from virtually going out of business into a top 10 Premier League club. Left there. He's done a fantastic job at Newcastle. I rate him highly. Yeah. And he's not... And the one thing, Ten Hag, he's moaned about injuries a lot. And I get why he's frustrated, but there's no point in moaning about it. You just, like you said, you've just got to get on with it, haven't you? Eddie Howe hasn't, I think he's stuck to what he's believed in. He hasn't moaned. He's made the best of a bad situation. And yeah, I thought maybe his time at Newcastle had possibly run its course, but he proved me wrong, He's turned it round, and yeah, he's really hit a... He and his Newcastle team have really hit a good vein of form at just the right time of the season. So, yeah, good for him. And possibly, could he be the next England manager, perhaps? Maybe. I don't know.
I hope not. I want him here for a long, long time. I mean, he ain't ready yet for England, by the way. He's got to win something first before he consider being an England manager. For me, he's 46 years of age, 47. I want him here till at least he's 50. Yeah, this guy's going to do special things. What we need a manager of stability. We need a manager that's going to enjoy the project, and we need a manager that's going to continue to play open attacking football. Eddie Howe has got the lot. So,
and to be fair, those qualities you just said there, that's kind of the sort of manager that we need. So maybe we could have persuaded him away from SJT. But yeah, I think ending the Newcastle trophy drought, that's the final frontier for him, isn't it? You know, I know that he's already adored up there, isn't he? And I think that trophy is. I think if he can, obviously it won't be this season, but I think if he can go and take that final frontier, he'll be loved on Newcastle the same way that Kevin Keegan was.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if he wins a trophy, he's on folklore. James, you need to get rid of high-paid players and bring in the young players. I kind of agree there, Alan. A win would be great, but I would take a draw. Alan, no. I want to win. I want to beat these. A draw, right? If we lose to you lot on Wednesday, it's like getting beat off Sheffield United. Let's be real, because I tell you what, this team, honestly, we're playing the C team on Wednesday. Not the A team, not the B team, but the C team. This is a C team. Eddie needs to be more ruthless if he finds this job, and he needs to take us up to greater things next season, or his time will be up all the way, man. Wow.
Oh, bit of a left field one there. I think obviously when Eddie Howe came in, he was perhaps not what perhaps Newcastle fans expected. I think maybe they expected a bit of a bigger name when the consortium took over. Would that be fair?
Well, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean, but it should be going anyway.
100%, I agree with that. And regarding that comment on the young players, I agree with that. But the problem we have is if you do that, that takes time. Like young players obviously take time to come through and develop. Like you're not going to start winning straight away. And unfortunately, when you're at a club like United, you don't get that time to develop those young players, do you? I think Ten Hag has tried. You know, obviously we've seen Garnacho, we've seen Mainu, who has been fantastic for us, by the way, possibly our player of the season. Camboala, as I mentioned as well.
Yeah.
But I think when you bring young players through, they need time, and at a club like us, you just don't get that time because fans get impatient. You know, a couple of bad results and everyone wants the manager out, the media get on your back, and young players need time to develop. And I'm not sure that an environment like United, it's the best place for young players right now because they just seem to get sucked down to the level of the underperforming players.
Yep. I totally agree, and I totally agree. It's not the thing is, right? I mean, you have to have time, you have to have the structure, you have to have a project in place, yeah. And you know what? The Premier League's getting like Spanish League, Serie A, German League. They sack you at will. And big up to the Insta watchers as well. We're talking. It's actually nice. We're talking about early doors. So big up to you, my guy from Insta. Hope you well. Do subscribe to his channel, Early Doors Football TV. Big hammer, great guy, and he will miss Davy Moyes, by the way. I can't lie. And even to you again, hope you're well. And also big up him as well for Arsenal History and More for Jez. Do subscribe to his channel, Arsenal History and More. And also, if you subscribe to Yeti's channel as well. And do subscribe to Yeti as well. Great guys, Yeti and Jez. The dynamic duo, and they speak that as well. Big Arsenal fan and a big Forest fan as well. And let's go on to more comments as well. Keep those comments coming in, please. I've really seen Callum in a different light since he wouldn't give the ball to Isaac for the pen and took a player to take him off it. We are not Chelsea. Yeah, facts. You need a leader as well. Where's our leader? You should have got this intervene and to say, whoa. You decided to take a penalty before you go on that pitch. Let's just sign Alisi in the Southampton Palace. Alan, that'd be a dream sign if you can get this guy. Let's be real.
I would love Alisa at United.
Yeah,
I'd love him at Old Trafford. I think he's exactly what we need.
Yeah, my boss is a Palace fan, and he doesn't want to see him gone as well. So
no, that's fair enough. But I thought he tore us apart at Selhurst Park the other Monday. I saw him, and to me, he screamed exactly what we need. He's direct, he's quick, he can finish. He would be probably, he'd be my number one go-to summer signing, I think, for United.
Fact, absolute fact. Let's go to the possible starting lineup. The game between United and Newcastle. We've got Nana could play, Van Bissaka, Cambrala, Evans, Dalot, McTominay and Mino holding, Anthony, Fernandes could be in, Garnacho and Hoyer up front. I mean, but Bruno Fernandes could be in on Wednesday. It could well be.
Yeah, that would be good. I think we could really do with him back. We need, he is our leader, and I think get him, he had a great April. I think he scored, 8 goals in 7 games. He was, best form of the season. Then he got injured. So I think, if we could get him back, get some minutes in those legs before the cup final, I think that lineup, that's not too dissimilar from what I would go. I think Casemiro probably will play. I wouldn't play him, but I think he will because, his experience. And I think Ten Hag does see him as a leader and I think he wants to back his guy. But I think Onana would definitely play. I think the fullbacks pick themselves. The 2 centre halves, you'd have Cambuala, Evans, Casemiro, and Mainu. Although I did like Amrabat against Arsenal, I thought he was good. I would keep Ahmad. I think if he's fit, because he went off against Arsenal with a knock. But I liked him, so I would keep him on that right hand side. Garnacho on the left, Højlund up front, and then hopefully Fernandes. I mean, McTominay, he can do a job in there, but he's not really a creator, is he? And my problem with McTominay is he scores goals, but if he doesn't score, what else do you get from him? So I think it is down to the bare bones, isn't it? Really, but I think you haven't really got anyone else to pick from. I mean, you could possibly play Eriksen, but good on the ball, but again, doesn't have the legs in there. Mason Mount is injured again.
How many games has he played this season, man? He's hardly played.
I know, he's missed, I think, 29 games with injury. I think, 55 million we spent on this guy. I would give him another season because I think it's harsh to judge him based on the few games he has played, isn't it? But again, I feel like he was never injured at Chelsea. He's come to us and he's he's hardly played. So again, another poor signing. But that would be my 11. I hope Fernandes is back. But if not, I think you're going to have to play McTominay in there because Eriksen is more creative, but McTominay, he can track back. He has got the legs in there, so I would prefer. He's not a number 10 at all, but I think I would prefer him in there over Eriksen. And then if the game is tight, Eriksen can still come off the bench for 15, 20, and he can pick a pass. He can maybe break down the defence. So I think he's a good impact player to have, Eriksen.
Yeah, fair dues. I think it's going to be a close call on Wednesday. I think Ten Hag will probably swing a surprise or two. We'll see. I mean, Wilson just come up and back and didn't show the team. And so James obviously wants to play footy. And I mean, Wilson trying to deprive Isak of another goal to his tally for the Golden Boot was a disgrace. This is Lorraine's words, by the way. He has been a sick note for most of the season. Wow, Lorraine's going in. But Lorraine's comments, she says that how it is. Vickett Allen from Twitter, by the way. And he's a jock. Ain't that enough? And also add as well. Me too. McTominay is your man. And if I was saying me, I mean, he's been missing most of the season. He just think he is, and he would even try the weekend because he felt unwell. And let's go on to the next one. Did you see United skying his new swimming pool for the Ducks? Oh man!
100%, Trevor. Yeah, it's. I think Old Trafford is the 4th highest waterfall in the UK now, isn't it? It's. Just when we thought just when we thought the team was bad, the stadium's falling apart as well.
Wow. I tell you what, though, you just got to do it, man. You just got to bear with it, man. It's going to be more. I was targeted to go to Manchester tomorrow, but now if I'm going to go to Manchester, it's going to be extremely late. I'll have to leave extremely late. I can see Man U targeting Bruno. I tell you what, Bruno should be targeting them, and our midfield's got to have to be strong. We need Joe Linton back in that midfield, big time, man. And I mean big time. Thomas, your man. Think against Scrappy Allen. Big up to Lorraine again. They say the Stadium of Streams.
Yeah, the good one, John, was I thought I saw the theatre streams. The theatre streams. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, exactly. The theatre streams. I tell you what, let's say we get some penguins as well. Get some penguins, man. And let's go on to Ian's comments. Well, I've got a feel for E.T. Tag must be tearing his hair out. Ian, he's got no hair, mate.
He hasn't got any hair, has he? So
that is the thing.
But if he was bald, if he wasn't bald, I'm sure he probably would be.
Exactly. I mean, big up to Dave. I hope you're well, Dave. Hope you go to Old Trafford, my guy. I hope you are. I'll meet you up there. And even to you, seems like weeks since I've tuned in. It has not been that long, but it feels like it. You know what it is, Dave? It sounds like it, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But welcome back, man. And it's good to see you back on, Dave. It really has been a while, but it's good to see you back. Big up to Julie J, by the way. Hope you're well. I hope you had a good weekend. I wonder if Ten Hag had wet dreams. I love it, man. I know some cheap Rufus. Some Alan. You gotta love Alan. That's the point. And Ten Hag doesn't know what one of those is. And big up to Ian as well. Ian, hope you're well, mate. Are you up for the game tomorrow, mate? If you are, I'll catch you on Wednesday. I should say tomorrow up on Wednesday. And if I say hi to Ian and hi to Jules as well. And I game for Ian as well. All right, so I don't know who the referee is. We need to find who the referee is, but I hope it's Michael Oliver, by the way. I really do, but I doubt it is. It cannot be him. But it cannot be Anthony Taylor. But we'll probably find out tomorrow, I guess. But you know what it is, right? I mean, you look at the form guide, right? You look at Newcastle's form guide. We lost one out of the last 6 games. Won 4, drawn 1, and lost 1. And minding for more competitions. 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 draws. I mean, a bit of a mixed bag there. And let's be real. I mean, our goal difference is much better than your goal difference, by the way. So for me, if you can just avoid defeat, then I believe we can get at least a conference.
I mean, I can't remember ever seeing a United team on minus goal difference at this stage of the season. I think for me, the league is done. Like Europe, I'm not too, but yeah, Europe. To be honest, I don't really care. I don't want to be in the Conference League. I don't want to be in the Europa League. Obviously, Champions League is long gone. We don't deserve to get in Europe. We are where we deserve to be, and I mean, mathematically, we can still, I suppose, sneak into the Conference League, but yeah, for me, it's done.
Fair enough, fair dues. For me, you just want to write the season off, don't you?
100%, yeah, and get to the FA Cup final. Could we spring a surprise there? If we can get Varane back, Martinez back, Rashford back, Shaw back, and City have an off day, could we pull something out of the bag? Could we do a madness at Wembley? You never know, do you? It's a one-off game in a final, maybe, but just want to get to the end of the season now.
Yeah, that's not good, isn't it, man? It's not good. And Gary Neville said United have the best waterfalls. They should get Liam Gallagher. They're seeing waterfalls. I tell you what, though, I don't think that'd be a good idea. He's a big City fan, by the way. Imagine him singing at Old Trafford. He'd get absolutely lynched. But don't you think the FA should make them sort of going out as is dangerous, if not send them down? Wow! I tell you what, though, I just don't think he will. Rashford got sorted out way before they bought the club. Get that stadium sorted, because at the minute, that ain't good. No wonder they weren't selected for the Euros. Selected for possible European competitions and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That ain't good. That's
100%. 100%. I mean, that's what 19 years of being owned by the Glazers does, isn't it? They don't care. We've been saying for years that the most important thing, the biggest thing they could do was upgrade the stadium, and they just haven't. So I think, yeah, obviously Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he's talked about it, isn't he? But it will take, hasn't he? But it will take time, I think they've probably already got a plan as to what they want to do. But yeah, I think like everyone says, you can't moan at the Glazers. They spent loads of money, and they have, but they spent it badly. And like I say, just look at the state of the stadium. I mean, a stadium that was, it was the best in class, wasn't it? It was the best stadium in the country, and now I think there's probably there's probably some championship grounds now that are in better shape than Old Trafford. So yeah, it's Glazonomics, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this is what I feared. The referees: Rob Jones, referee; assistants Ian Hassan, Leo Betts; fourth official Keith Stroud; VAR Jared Gillett. I don't trust that guy at all whatsoever. He's an Australian.
Me neither.
He's absolutely awful. He really is. And assistant VAR Eddie Smart. He better be smart tomorrow, because I tell you what, or Wednesday. I keep saying tomorrow. It's Wednesday. He needs to be smart. But that Gillett, if he was refereeing, I would not bother going up, because I know what this guy's like. I really do. And if you look at the form guide at Old Trafford, we haven't won the Premier League there since 2013, when Yohan Cabaye scored that all the goal of the game. And we won the last 3 games against United. And the last time we visited Old Trafford is the Carabao Cup. We won that game by 1-0. 3 goals to 0, like I say. 3 goals to 0. That would be Miggy, Lewis Hall, and Joe Willock. And don't the Geordies love water, or is it only Trafalgar Square? I mean, I think they love the beer, to be honest with you, Jack. But listen, at the end of the day, right, Trafalgar Square, I was there over a year ago for the Carabao Cup final, and I tell you what, the atmosphere was amazing, absolutely amazing, and I absolutely loved it there as well. So before we wrap up the show, if you give us a score prediction for Wednesday's game, I can tell by your face you're not very confident, James.
Well, I mean, how can you predict a United game? I mean, I think
know.
we're due a win against you boys, aren't we? As you just said there, we've lost the last 3. I would love to sit here and say we're going to win, but I don't know. Maybe could we get a draw? Maybe I can't. Tough one to call. I think I'm going to say 1-0, because I think the boys could maybe pull a draw out the bag. Yeah, I'm not confident enough to win, but I think we can sort of stem the bleeding, as it were, and maybe get a draw. And we need so we've got 2 games left, and we need 4 points from those 2 games just to equal our worst ever Premier League points tally, which was the Ranić season.
Yeah, it could be right. And another thing is, we haven't conceded a goal for the last 4 games against you guys as well. That's the deal. Each that was nearly 2 years ago as well. So taxpayers' money for Old Trafford, you're having a laugh at. That ain't gonna happen. You want a new stadium, you pay your way. You're a billionaire. You're a multi-billionaire, Jim. You sort it out. 4-0 to Newcastle from Trevor. 3-1 from Amy. I'm going to say 2-1 to Newcastle. We will concede. We'll definitely concede, because our back four's not as strong. But Trippier's leadership, could calm the influence. But at the end of the day, I think we'll be out. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. Tell us what you think, guys, in the comments. What score's going to be?
I'm going to say 1-0.
1 each. Okay, cool. Got Alan here saying 3-1 or 2-0 to Newcastle. It's 1 each. Villa's just equalised as well. 1 each. Thanks for that, Jay. Dubs and mess up. I hope that's not the case. But if Nick Pope comes back in, I think we win by 2. I think we win by 2-0. We got the attacking threat up front: Gordon, Barnes, and Isak as well. If Isak feels better, watch out, because I think he'll be out, sort of thing. We see what Eddie says is press out tomorrow. So, guys, before we say wrap and go out the show, I have to say thanks so much for coming on, James. It's been fantastic.
No worries.
And go out to the show there. Don't go away yet. Have you backstage? And did you enjoy coming on the show, by the way?
I did, yes. I'm always up for talking about United, and even though things are aren't good at the moment, but it's I'm always happy to come on and chew the fat with my fellow football fans. So always up for a good debate as well. And, I love banter. So, yeah, it's been good. Right. I've enjoyed it. This is my first time going on something like this as well. So
brilliant stuff. I mean, I'm glad you came on, man, because
100%.
everyone seems to like you. I'm talking my Newcastle starting lineup, predicted starting lineup. I hope Pope will definitely play. I hope he plays. And the back four would be Trippier, Kraft, Burn, and Hall. The midfield three will have to be Bruno, Guimaraes, and I'll make a change as well. I'll bring Joelinton back, Elliot Answer for Graft, and then the front three will be Gordon, Isak, and Barnes. And I just fear to God Miggy Amion don't come in, because when he came on, my God, he kind of messed up, did he? Let's be real. I don't want to criticise, but at the end of the day, it's just not going to happen. But we'll see.
I think from my point of view, I think I'd rather Wilson play, because I like Isak. I do rate Callum Wilson, but I think he's a bit easier to defend against, I think. Whereas Isak's a real handful, isn't he? So I think, yeah, from my side, I think I'd prefer if Wilson plays, although we're probably going to concede anyway. So
yeah. Well, let's hope that we keep it strong as well, sort of thing. But I see what you mean there, and yeah. Again, thank you, Mama Flossie. Really appreciate you coming on as well to help us out. Appreciate that. Good job to James. Have a good evening to you as well, Mama. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Amy. And no Crafts, please. Could we see Longstaff goal again against Man U? I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think it'll start again. Yeah. And Longstaff, that's a 36. Yeah, 36 got that goal handed to him on a plate as an AB. Yeah, that ball was pulled back to him and he couldn't miss on Saturday. So, guys, thanks so much for coming on again. I'm going to see what I could do at a show tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If not, I'll be traveling into Manchester. It'll probably be a bit late as well if I can get a place to stop. If not, I'll do it on Wednesday. And safe travels, John. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. And Amiel's just done head of Barnes. Barnes messed up delaying the pass. Yeah, could be. And that's going to be a start. I think we're going to start to be fair. And Lorraine said about Amy as well. So, guys, if you like what you watch, before, where can we find you on your socials, by the way, Jake? Where can people find you?
So yeah, as you mentioned, it's Jake W Stevens 91 on Twitter. I do have my own Man United blog as well, which is United Faithful. I can put the link in the chat actually.
You do that, man.
It's unitedfaithful.com is the link to my blog. I have my own website as well, which is jamiespore.co.uk. So yeah, I'm on Facebook as well, just Jamie Spore on Facebook. So
yeah, fantastic stuff as well. That'd be brilliant if you just leave it there, sort of thing. I'll just add it in as well. And the link for social media on X is in the title as well. So do follow him on Jake W Stevens 91 is in the title as well. I'll hope to be back tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely do my match day vlogs in Manchester, and I'm looking forward to it. But I need to take an umbrella as well, because I think it's going to lash it yet again. UnitedFaithful.com. I'll be looking into that website as well. So that'd be brilliant. Thank you for that one, mate. And big up to Emma late to the party. 4-1, I believe. Hope you're right. What is this? I hear Liverpool want Anthony Gordon. Yeah, let's talk about that quickly, right? Let me just be clear. I'm going to wrap up, right? Anthony Gordon is not leaving Newcastle United. He will not be going back to Merseyside. And this is the very reason why Everton held him out. He will not be going back there. Yeah? He's here for a project. And if anything, we're going to sign this guy on a long-term deal and make him a rich guy. Simple as that. He will not be. He loves Newcastle. He's going nowhere. I will leave it as that as well. You take care, Lauren. Thanks for that, Lars. Love you always. Love you, Amy. And as well. Man, you got to get beat. You know what, Emma? We need to smash these. Gordon said he loves it there. And I hope that is the case. I hope that's the case. Right, we'll wrap up the show, guys. If you like what you watch, like and subscribe. Leave us your score predictions in the comment section as well. And give us your predicted lineup as well. Even when this channel is closed as well. Love you as well, Ames. Man, you will still make it difficult for us. If we don't have our chances, they can punish us. You know what? This is a C team. Not the A team, the C team. So I'll fully expect us to win on Wednesday. So that's it, guys. We're going to wrap the show. Thanks for watching us. And as always, speaking to Amy, and we're the lads. And let's do it.